You see, there is a big misconception what is actually going on. This album now that is due to be released, which is called No More Tears, is the last Ozzy Osbourne album, solo album, band called Ozzy Osbourne. After that, I want to have the freedom to express my musical ability to go in all different channels. It may be rock, it may be classical, it may be folk, it may be whatever I wish to choose to do. But I'm not stopping, I'm not retiring. No, I am not retiring. There will always be Ozzy Osbourne, as you know, even when I'm dead.
Alright, time to go back to my archives here. In 1991, Ozzy was in Japan promoting the No More Tears album, and he appeared on Japan TV's Pure Rock, which was a sit-down interview show with the artist, and they would sometimes show some live clips, which this one here, they did, so we get a sit-down interview with Ozzy and some moments of him going crazy on stage. So without further ado, Pure Rock Japan with Ozzy.
Well, Ozzy Osbourne, after leaving Black Sabbath, created a monster that became out of control, that affected my musical ability in the respect that I don't sing every song about the devil and Satan and witchcraft. I sing a lot of other things, love songs, things about pollution, saving the planet, atomic warfare, and things for the good of, as I have always done, even before with Black Sabbath. But because of the stigma of my early reputation of being a wild man, which in fact I was crazy, with the alcohol and drugs and doing crazy things, you know, that stayed on my back like a monkey, you know, and it would not go away. And so it became very frustrating, and radio stations would pick up my new record and go, oh yeah, we know, and throw it to one side, and they would never give it a listen. And so, you know, 10 years with Black Sabbath, 10 years with Ozzy, 10 years with a new project. I want to be free. I mean, music is an international language. We can all tap our feet, you know. We all like music, and I want to explore. I mean, I've achieved everything that I ever wanted to, and more, both with Black Sabbath and as Ozzy Osbourne. Now I want to try and do something different, a new challenge, you know. But be rest assured, it will still be very rock oriented. Yeah, I'm not going to start playing violins or singing opera. Form of music that I helped start alongside people like Led Zeppelin, Uriah Heep, Deep Purple, and a few others, you know. And I feel like I'm one of the founder members of the creation of what they now call heavy metal, which I don't think is heavy metal anymore. the old heavy. I hate the word heavy metal because musically that means nothing. It's heavy metal. What does it mean? You know? It's just a brand for a form of music. It's like, I mean, folk music is singing music for folk. I don't sing music for heavy metal, you know. Do you understand? Do you understand? It's just a brand that I've never really liked, but nevertheless I'm stuck with it. I think the 70s heavy metal was far more interesting than it is today. I think the heavy metal MTV has totally manipulated and manufactured the thing out of the heavy metal. Anyone with long hair, studded jackets, guitars is called heavy metal. Like Bon Jovi are not heavy metal. Poison are not heavy metal. You know, and yet they are branded as heavy metal. You know, Skid Row, new album, it sounds heavier than I would have expected from for the first record. I mean, in my opinion, the 70s music was far more interesting than than it was in the 80s, and it is in the 90s. I mean, Metallica are the nearest thing to Sabbath used to be. The bit faster. There's now heavy metal, thrash metal. In the last 20 years, I've seen music go all different ways, you know, and the bottom line is, you know, behind the band there is a machine that makes money, and that's all that they're concerned about. Whether you call it heavy metal, soft metal, pink metal, red metal, as long as they're making lots of money, they couldn't give a shit what you call it, you know. It's so fun. They just had a movie in America called The Silence of the Lambs. And I don't know whether you've heard about it in Japan. It's about a man who eats people. Now they've just arrested a man in America for eating people. Do you not think there should be more censorship on videos or on movies? The plot in movies, music is just music. You know, it's just lyrical music. But when you go and see a movie now, you can actually, the plots, the plans, the intricacy that goes into making that movie, and you think, wow, that's a good idea, you know. And people try it out, you know. Leave music alone, you know. Every album that I do, I like to look variety. You know? I mean, I like every track to be different. I can't stand putting a record on and hearing the same bang, 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 bang all the way through. It's like having your head hit with a hammer, you know. And so it's more of a melodic, lot of melody, a lot of things in this album. It's I don't know. I just made it, you know. I mean, people ask me, explain your album. I don't know. I just made it, you know. songs, I mean, when we write songs, I didn't write the songs. It was a total band collaboration. So I cannot take all the credit for the songs, you know. The band and I wrote the album. And even people from the outside helped me with lyrics, like Lemmy from Motorhead helped me with lyrics. And it was a project that I wanted to make a record that I was proud of. Not saying that I wasn't proud of any of the other records, but this one was the last record of the Ozzy, and I started off with Wizard of Oz, and I wanted to end the 10 years with another great record, you know. Well, depending on the length of the album stays in the charts for a long time, or people want to see us for a long time, or the demand's there for a long time. We'll keep on going. I know it's going to start in Japan. I would like to come back to Japan afterwards. I would like to do a longer tour of Japan, because before I've come to Japan and I've done maybe 5 or 6 shows, 2 shows at the Budokan, 1 in Nagoya, 1 in Osaka, and somewhere else, and then go, you know. I'd like to play more, and it doesn't matter the size of the hall. It could be big, it could be small. You know, I just want to play to more people, you know. It seems crazy that Western people travel so many miles, bring so much equipment, and play 7 gigs and go, you know. I would love to turn Russia into rock and roll music. I have achieved everything through the Western world, the gold disc, the platinum disc, this and that, and I've done great shows. I've filled arenas, I've played in front of 500,000 people. But yet there is still half the world that hasn't had the opportunity of hearing it. When I played in Moscow, my heart spoke to me, you know. My heart said, you know, music is what you're here for. Here is my new video, No More Tears.
彼も自分で言っています、これはドラッグとアルコールによるリハビリのためこんな風に僕はなってしまったんだというふうに言っていました。僕もオジーに会った時にあまりの変貌ぶりに驚いてしまった、そういう感じもありました。しかし今彼はドラッグやアルコールから離れて、健康的なヘルシーな生活を送っているようです。それは奥さんのシャロン・オズボンも証言してくれました。このインタビューを通して、このオジー・オズボンバンドの最後のアルバム「No More Tears」これを引っ提げて彼はツアーにしたいところですね。
From my past experience from the Japanese band, there have been nothing but loyalty there. I love them all, and I want to see them at the concerts, and I want them all to have a crazy good night.
Seeing how that was kind of short, I decided to add the 1989 appearance of Ozzy on Pure Rock. Now this time though, he had the entire band, Geezer, Randy, and Zakk. There's not that many interviews out there with the 4 of them just sitting down talking, so it makes this pretty special. So, 1989's Japan Pure Rock.
Hello, this is Geezer Butler.
How you doing, Zakk Wylde?
Randy Castillo.
Ozzy Osbourne. And this is
Pure Rock.
Yeah, Zakk, how does it feel to be friend with a musician like this?
Oh, it's great.
Great?
Yeah, we have a blast, man. I learn something new every day, you know, while on stage. It's great just hanging out with everybody because everyone's really cool, you know.
Yeah.
And what sort of impression did you have of Ozzy when you first met him?
I was really, you know, starstruck. Because the thing is, I saw him, you know, I've seen him play at the Spectrum and the Garden and everything like that. And that's because I couldn't believe I was in the, in the same room with him. You know? But I was just really starstruck right now. I didn't sing for the last 10 years.
You didn't sing.
No, one of the advantages of working with Geezer again is the fact that I was a singer with Black Sabbath for 10 or 11 years, and I've been singing on my own for 10 years now. And when I left Black Sabbath, a lot of the kids were saying, well, why don't you play more Black Sabbath stuff? And the thing was that I was trying to promote my own thing, but now having Geezer back with me again, and having Zakk, who's the newest member or whatever, it's like relatively new compared to the years I worked with Geezer, is the fact that I can do more of the old and some of the new, and I do my whole thing from 21 years I can get away with now, because I have Geezer from the old days with Sabbath, and now Zakk and Randy from the new, you know, so it's quite interesting. I mean, I remember playing one of the early gigs, and I looked on the stage and I thought, Christ, I've got my whole life on this stage, you know, from Geezer right up to Zakk, you know. And it's good fun. I mean, not just because Geezer's sitting there. I've always admired his bass playing and his songwriting abilities, and it's an honour for me to be working with him again. Plus, he still owes me the money.
Okay, Geezer, your turn.
You can have it after that now. Yeah, it's great. It's good to be with Ozzy again, because we have a lot of fun on the road and stuff, and it makes touring worthwhile. You know, when you can have a good time. There's no drag involved in it. It's just good to have a good time like we always did 20 years ago, all over the past 20 years.
I mean, you know, some people say to me, what does it feel like after 21 years of being in rock and roll? And I sit and I think to myself, where have 21 years gone? You know, it's just gone like a flash. I mean, you know, a lot of the fans now weren't even born when I was playing rock and roll. You know, and it's just been great. I mean, if I had to do it again, I'd do it without thinking twice. It's been the most wonderful experience one person could ever have. I mean, from doing one thing with one band and then doing it again with my own. I mean, to have one crack at the top and doing it again, it's just a miracle. I mean, it's just wonderful. I mean, I did it twice, you know, and it's not in my ego talking. It's just the fact that I never ever thought that after leaving Sabbath that I would ever do anything again, you know. I thought back to working in a factory for me was, you know. But it's great. I mean, you know, but as I say, talking about Sabbath, a lot of people think that there's a big war going on between Tony Iommi and myself and all that. There's no war between us, and the thing that people have to admire for Tony Iommi is the fact that he is one of the all-time great guitar players for heavy metal riffs. I mean, from Black Sabbath, he created some amazing heavy metal riffs, which it's only nowadays. I mean, I toured with Metallica a couple of years ago, and I thought they were joking with me when they were telling me how much they love Sabbath. I thought, these guys, they're not for real, you know. But I never realised how much of an effect that the early Black Sabbath material nowadays has on a lot of these young bands. I mean, we used to just do it. We used to go and write and record, and that was it. And you don't think, is it going to be great, you know? But I mean, there's very few people of Geezer and I, from Geezer and I period, that are still playing and still being accepted by the public and still saying, yeah, man, where were you at when you wrote NIB and, you know, what, you know.
It's actually great seeing that, because in Helsinki in 1989, he did another interview where Ozzy was a zombie. Well, he was drunk, tired, whatever, but Helsinki 89, that interview, you all have seen it. So this is the best interview with the four of them sitting down, really. Like I said, Japan, pure rock. One of the many things I have in my archives. And what else do I have? Well, yes, you have to stay tuned to find out. So like this video and subscribe to my channel, because you never ever know what I have here in my archives that will be next. So thank you for watching. See you later.